handed in the book today. I handed it in a month ago, but the second round of edits, which is kind of the last and final big edits that I can do, I'm handing it in tonight. I've been looking over it for the last bunch of days, or really for the last month since I handed in the initial kind of manuscript. And this is like the final major touch I can do to it. Then it's just, I can't touch it. I'm a that'll do kind of person when it comes to poems and writing, and it's like, oh, done, bang, done, next. And so to sit with it for another month while my editor looks at it, and then knowing that it's coming back for me for one last major change, and then I can really make hardly any changes to it after today, maybe one thing if that's about it. But this is the last sort of major edit I can do on it. I've been going over all the bits and finding the poems that I'd almost placed in there, or they existed almost as placeholder poems. And I'm guilty of writing a poem that my brain's going, oh, this kind of sounds poetic. Oh, it's nice. And then when I really think about it, I go, that's bullshit. I wrote a piece of bullshit, and I've just put it in there as a page count poem, thinking, I could probably fool someone with that. And then looking over it again myself, going, I can't. And there's probably about 5 or 6 of the 130 in it that were that style, that kind of lazy placeholder writing, where I didn't surprise myself at all. My brain formulas were just going, yep, that bit of wisdom connects to that, and then that's the answer, and we're done. Next. And they're the shittest poems, and I'm totally guilty of them. About 10% of the time I'll write one. I'm not even, and it's kind of weird because poetry is the opposite of that. It challenges you to wake up. And so, I catch myself sleep writing poetry, and that's the worst kind of poetry, and there's books are full of them. They're everywhere. You read them, everyone's guilty of it. Every major poet, every famous poet I've read sleepwalking poems by them. Maybe they didn't think they were, but I know when I'm doing it, and I feel like I can sniff it when someone else is doing it. Yeah, so it was good because I was forced to look at my stuff again with new eyes and go, that's real. Like some of them, like that's good. That stanza's good, and it's going, oh, I've just tried to stick a bow on the end. I haven't. I haven't challenged myself at all. I've just gone, yeah, that'll do, that'll do. And there's a few in my existing book, You're Going to Be Okay, because you fuck no matter what, that are still in that book where I go, that's a sleepwalking ending. And there's probably about 2 or 3 where I turn the page when I've looked through it again and gone, oh, Darby, why didn't you try a little bit harder on that? But that's okay. Like there's a few that are going to sneak through anyway, because I always feel like I'm truly awake for about 2 minutes in a day, and the rest of it, I'm here. I'm totally here, but to really feel awake and alive and that's exhausting as well. But so yeah, there's about 2 minutes, and sometimes I'll come up with, in those 2 minutes, something weird will happen. Like I'll come up with a great turn of phrase or something, and then I'm sleep writing again. But I collect enough of those awake moments over a year, and you can write a whole book of being completely awake. So it almost feels like a form of cheating, writing a book, because it's not reflective of how often I'm awake in the world. But it's nice to put them all together and read them all in one go and surprise myself. But yeah, sleep writing poems. they exist, and sometimes they're really good. Sometimes that's kind of an unconscious process, and without even thinking, I've written stuff and gone thinking that's bullshit, and then later thought that's actually pretty good. I like that. I don't know how I did it. It was because I was sleep writing. But yeah, my the way I do books is like that'll do, it's done, that'll do, and that's good because I work quickly, and there's a little bit of spontaneity that seeps into the work, and there's a pin. I can feel a pinball in a poem just zinging around, going, what the hell's going on here? And I like that I'm a that'll do kind of writer, and I move on quickly to the next. But yeah, this last month before I hand in the final lot of big changes has forced me to slow down and really examine those the pages in the new manuscript where I know I've cheated myself, and that those poems have just sort of sat in the manuscript for a whole year and unchallenged because they've just become part of the furniture. And I go, yeah, that's that one. I'll skip the next. And they've just become they just sat there because they sounded good at the time, and I haven't really gone back to challenge them. And so those 5 or 10 pieces in the book, I've gone back to challenge them because they were almost becoming invisible to me, and I saw them and made them. I've either deleted them completely, or they've had a huge edit, or I've come up with other ideas that work with them and make them better. So it's been a weird process. It's really weird to challenge that part of me that hates attention to detail and just goes, do we have to read this crap again? I'm sick of it. But it's really worth it, especially working with a traditional publisher to do this, because in the past, self-publishing, I could always just unpublish a book, make the changes that I've needed, and just put it back out there. And I have done that with my self-published stuff. I've published them and gone, there's a phrase in there or there's a poem I don't like it needs to come out, and I've just republished it and just put the book out there again, just quietly put it out. And not many people would notice those changes, I assume, but I know I did, and I always sort of went, oh no, I can't handle that. I need to completely do the book. But yeah, with a traditional publisher, when it's out, it's out. It's done. I can't ever change it again. So I know that I've got to really push past my parts of me that work naturally, just to get stuff done, get it done, and to actually be finicky and test every little thing. That's been really hard. But I feel like if I can do that, if I can be both the that'll do guy that creates the spontaneity, but also a lot of crap in there as well, and also be the person who just goes over every single thing, which is what I can't do, but I'm forcing myself to do it. Then a book has both something that feels like. That's a fire sign. I know it's got fire, but it's also controlled. It's just not going everywhere. It's like it feels good. And I noticed with this new book, there are fewer weaker pieces in it than You're Going to Be Okay, or even Darby Love. I've really tried to just to really attack the weaker pieces and try and raise the level of quality of anything that's sagging. That was really hard to do, or delete them completely. And it's one of my favorite processes is just ruthlessly ripping crap out and going, see you later, even though I would have spent weeks on some of those. Hours each day forming one thing. And then I come in wearing a different hat, just throw it in the bin. There's something really satisfying about that destruction, and there's creativity in it as well, because getting rid of the crap so it doesn't infect the better ones. Because yeah, it's weird how, as a reader, I know I do it, and I assume that it's just common. As soon as you read a bunch of really good pieces in a book, and you read one crap one, and you go, oh, so all the 99 other ones were just a fluke, and that one is it the real ability of the person. It's so stupid, but that's how my brain works. I read one bad poem, and it makes all the other ones seem like crap. That's kind of almost like a common wisdom as well. It's nothing new, but yeah, I'm just happy to hand it in. I'll be happy to hand it in with the huge changes and all the little bits and pieces of detail, and that'll be amazing. June, July, May, and it'll be out in a year from now. And so much will happen in that year. By the time I read it in a year, I'll be so happy that I've gone over it, because all the crap just immediately jumps out. Anyway, in other news, the audiobook of You're Going to Be Okay Because You're Fucked No Matter What is doing really well. I can't believe it. Like, people actually are really embracing that little thing. It's amazing. I think I've already mentioned that. It just, yeah. Anyway, yeah, you should, get it. Listen to it. It's like a 49-minute thing. I'll leave links for it in the show notes.